In your strategic planning aims and objectives, you're going to look at internal and the external elements. Now in this exercise, we're going to look at a Pestel analysis. Now Pestel stands for political, economical, social, technological, environmental and legal. So I'll put that across the screen there for you just so you can start to understand that. Now why is it important to look at the external elements? Well, it's quite clear. As well as looking internally, there are going to be lots of different things happening outside your organisation which you won't have any control of as a manager, but you need to know about them because you need to be able to plan contingency plans for the future. Political. So understanding what's happening in political circumstances. Does your country have poor political stability? Is it at risk, Does that cause an impact on your business, on proposed legislation or ways in which your organisation is moving forward? That often is linked more into E as well, which is economical. How is the economical climate in your country or in the countries in which you're trading or offering your services to? That can have a big impact on your strategic planning, and it's important to understand that. If the economy is going through a poor time at the moment, then generally more people are out of work. That means more people are not earning as much money, which means to less disposable income, which means to less products or services being bought in the future. Now, why do you need to know about that? Because that could affect the whole pricing strategy in which your organisation is going to look at. And the opposite way around, if you've got a high economy, then you've got more people in jobs, more disposable income, and more people willing to buy and operate services. They're being less tight in their pockets. Now, alongside those two things, you've also got the social impacts. Now, this generally is social changes. Now, you could say recently at the moment, there's a lot of social consciousness on meat and vegan, vegetarian foods. There's a lot of social on organic products. Now, all these social changes in the way we shop and the way we eat and the way we do things will have an impact on what your product is. What material is it made out? What are the food quality that you're selling? How many food miles has it travelled? Now, that's a really important thing because you need to keep up to date with social changes in order to understand what the consumer is actually wanting. So when you're looking at the external impact, that's really as important as looking at the political and economical sections of this analysis. So I've told you about the political, the economical, the social. Don't forget about the technological. There are lots of potential businesses out there that could be a new threat to you. The way technology is moving consistently fast, it means that there's always going to be changes and you need to keep up to date with it. The same in which your services you offer, you need to keep up to date with potential changes in the way consumers are buying products. Look at the way Apple Pay and Android Pay are now changing the way we purchase simple goods. You need to keep up with these standards because especially when it comes to payments of products, less and less people are now carrying actual physical cash in their product. And if your small shop doesn't keep up with these demands, you could risk losing your customers. But also look at the way people are consuming some information and products. It's often worthwhile still having the website, but is the app necessary? How are you going to develop more technology into improvising or developing your service? So don't forget to look at those key technological elements. Environment is the next E, and that's something you still need to keep a consideration to, specifically in the way in which you carry your products, freight for example. How environmentally friendly is your product? Is it made of natural ingredients? That's very linked closely back to the social elements, which you need to analyse within this grid too. And then the last L stands for legal. As a business, if you're looking to change a plan or the way in which your organisation works, you need to look at the different legal elements and how you're going to develop and control them. So you may need to look at the legalities of your own country, but also the legalities of the country that you're going to do business with or you're trading in, because the laws will be different in each of these scenarios. So don't forget, this was an overview of the Pestel analysis: political, economical, social, technological, environmental and legal. So we've already looked at the internal, This was the external, and in our next lesson we're going to look more at what's happening specifically in your industry with a look at a planning model which is called Porter's 5 Forces.